Hi guys, it's Sam from Be Crafty and it is my turn to do Freehand Friday. So I thought I would take you on a little trip with my little black Dylusions journal, some Gelly Roll Moonlight fluorescent pens, and we would go through a sort of making a background with these pens, but in using a technique called Asemic writing. Basically, it's writing that doesn't need to make sense to anyone but the person who is reading it. It leaves it open to interpretation, and it means that you can make the sense of what is written down in whatever way you see fit. Now, what I'm going to try and do is use these pens in colour order down to the white one. I'm not going to use the sparkle because these show up so well on the black. I just don't feel I need to. So we're going to start with the yellow one. Am I going to put them all back in order? No, well, they're already out of order, so probably not. But we're going to start at the top. Now, you'll have seen in my lives before, I use a lot of scribble work. So an example of that would be, so it looks like writing. It's essentially just a scribble. And there it is. So that is not Asemic writing because it doesn't say anything, but the next line will. Now, if you can understand it, then that is essentially up to you. But what this does is it gives you a way. Now, if anybody saw that, that says what I just said. But you can't read it. You don't need to. The thing about journaling is it's our way of being able to write things down, being able to say, really, whatever it is that we want to say. Now, again, that line, it has meaning. I know what it said when I wrote it, which, as you know, was 3 seconds ago. But you don't have to remember it. I think while we're journaling, sometimes we can lose what's meant. We can lose what we're meant to say. And sometimes when we write things down, we don't want anyone else to read it. It's a place for our own thoughts. So, to slow it down a little bit, because I'm aware it looks like I'm scribbling. If we were going to say here, my thoughts. So, that's the my, but then I'm going to go back over there to create the T and the H. So you're essentially writing over yourself so that it makes sense. Now, like I say, the thing with the Asemic writing is you don't have to come back and read it. You don't have to make any sense of anything because it doesn't need to matter. Now, these pens, you'll notice as they dry onto the splendour of this black paper, as they dry, the colour starts to come through. It starts to mean a little bit more because you can see that there's something there. You can see that once upon a time, you wrote something. I don't know, again, I don't know if anybody's picking up here that a lot of what I'm currently writing down is what I'm saying to you. I don't know whether you have ever been the person who types what you're saying in a text message or an email or a letter. You know, you write things down. But the problem I've got right at this very second is if I try to write down anything meaningful, then what's actually going to happen is I'm going to write down what I'm saying to you guys. Hello guys, I am back. So as you will notice, the page is now finished. I didn't realise my video had stopped just as we got to about here. The principle is the same. Carry on, putting down your thoughts, anything you want to, in a way that essentially you can't read back. But the reality is you'll know you did it. You'll know you were there. You'll know what it said on the day. And that is Asemic writing with the Moonlight Pens in your black journal for Freehand Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye.